We have reached the end game, the absolute point of no return for this administration. And if you are not glued to your screen right now, you are missing the single most consequential legal development in American history. The special counsel has just confirmed, in a filing that is currently shaking the foundations of Washington, D.C., that Donald Trump faces immediate arrest because his claims of presidential immunity have been fully, completely, and utterly rejected by the federal courts. This is the breaking news that changes everything. For months, Donald Trump has operated under the delusion that he is a king, that the Supreme Court gave him a blank check to commit crimes from the Oval Office. But today, the special counsel looked at that check and tore it into a million pieces. The ruling is clear. The crimes Trump is accused of, specifically the witness tampering and obstruction of justice regarding the Department of Justice purge, are private criminal acts, not official presidential duties. And because they are private crimes, he has no immunity. He has no shield. He is naked before the law. And the handcuffs are being prepared as we speak. You have to understand the magnitude of what confirms arrest means in this context. We are not talking about a polite surrender. We are not talking about a negotiated walk into a courthouse. We are talking about the special counsel explicitly stating that the Department of Justice has the authority and the intent to detain the sitting president of the United States to prevent him from further obstructing justice. This is the nightmare scenario that we warned you about on the campaign trail. We told you that a second Trump term would be a collision course between a criminal enterprise and the Constitution. And today that collision happened. The smoke is clearing, and the Constitution is still standing. But Donald Trump is on his knees. He thought he could use the presidency as a get-out-of-jail-free card. He thought he could hide behind the seal of the office. But the special counsel just reminded him that the seal belongs to the people, not to the person. And it does not protect you when you act like a mob boss. I want you to feel the panic that is sweeping through the West Wing right now. It is absolute chaos. Kash Patel is running around like a headless chicken because he knows that if Trump loses immunity, he loses immunity. Pam Bondi has gone underground because she knows that as Attorney General, she is now in the impossible position of either arresting her boss or committing a felony to protect him. They are trapped. The immunity claims rejected headline is the death knell for their entire operation. They built their entire strategy on the idea that the president cannot be touched. They fired the agents. They moved the prisoners. They hid the Epstein files, all because they thought they were safe. But today, the safety net was cut. Today, the special counsel said that when you threaten a witness, when you destroy evidence, when you purge the government for political revenge, you are not acting as president. You are acting as a criminal defendant, and criminal defendants get arrested. This is the Kamala perspective that you need to hear because the mainstream media is too afraid to say it plainly. Donald Trump is a flight risk. He is a danger to the community, and he is a danger to the republic. The special counsel knows this. That is why the arrest language is in the filing. They are not saying he might face charges. They are saying he faces arrest to secure the integrity of the judicial process. They are worried he will try to flee. They are worried he will try to incite violence. They are worried he will try to burn down the government to save himself. And they are right to be worried. We are dealing with a man who has no bottom, no moral compass, and no loyalty to anything but his own survival. When a man like that is told he is about to be arrested, he becomes the most dangerous person on earth. Don't let them gaslight you with the witch hunt narrative. This is not a witch hunt. This is a manhunt for the truth. The special counsel didn't make this decision lightly. They have the receipts. They have the tapes. They have the witness testimony that we discussed yesterday, where a former aide admitted to being threatened. That evidence was the key. It proved that Trump's actions were personal, vindictive, and illegal. You cannot claim official acts when you are threatening to ruin someone's life if they testify against you. That is not in the job description of the president. That is in the job description of a cartel leader, and the courts have finally recognized the difference. The Supreme Court ruling that Trump celebrated, it just backfired on him. It created a distinction between official and private acts, and the special counsel just drove a truck through that loophole. I want you to visualize what is coming: the image of a motorcade heading to the federal courthouse, not for a speech, but for an arraignment. The image of the president being read his Miranda rights, it sounds like fiction, but it is the reality we are barreling toward, and it is a reality that Trump created. He had every opportunity to follow the law. He had every opportunity to govern normally, but he couldn't do it. His corruption is pathological. He had to push it. He had to try and corrupt the FBI. He had to try and hide the Epstein names. He had to try and silence the witnesses. And in doing so, he walked himself right into a trap of his own making. The arrest isn't a political persecution. It is the natural consequence of a crime spree. The silence from the Republican Party is the most damning part of this entire spectacle. Where are the senators who voted to acquit him? Where are the congressmen who went on TV and said he learned his lesson? They are silent because they are complicit. They enabled this monster. They gave him the power. And now that the special counsel is moving in, they are terrified that the dragnet will catch them too. Because make no mistake, Trump will not go down alone. If he faces arrest, he is going to start naming names. He is going to burn everyone who ever worked for him. Kash Patel will be the first one under the bus. Pam Bondi next. Trump will try to cut a deal by offering up his underlings. That is who he is, and they know it. That is why the panic in D.C. is so palpable. It is the panic of a criminal conspiracy realizing the RICO charges are coming. You need to stay angry about the fact that it took this long. We have been shouting from the rooftops that he is a criminal. We have been showing you the evidence. But the system was slow. The system was afraid. Finally, the special counsel has found the courage to do what needed to be done. But we cannot relax. The immunity claims rejected ruling will be appealed. Trump will try to take this back to the Supreme Court. He will try to delay. But the special counsel's filing suggests that the arrest might happen before the appeal is heard. That is how urgent the threat is. They believe he is actively obstructing justice right now. They cannot wait for an appeal. They have to stop the bleeding. They have to put him in custody to protect the witnesses. This connects back to every scandal we have covered. The who moved Maxwell mystery. The arrest brings us closer to the answer. If Trump is in custody, he loses control of the Bureau of Prisons. He loses control of the DOJ. The files open up. The Epstein names come out. The truth about the FBI purge comes out. His freedom is the cork in the bottle. Once he is arrested, the cork pops and the truth flows out like a river. That is why he is fighting so hard. That is why he is screaming about immunity. He isn't fighting for the presidency. He is fighting to keep the lid on the darkest secrets of the American elite. And the special counsel just reached for the bottle opener. The anti-Trump energy you are feeling right now is the energy of justice. It feels good to see the bad guy finally face consequences. It feels good to know that the law still applies to the rich and powerful. But it is also a dangerous time. We have to be vigilant. We have to watch for the retaliation. Trump will call on his followers to rise up. He will try to cause civil unrest. We have to be the firewall. We have to be the ones who say, no, we are doing this the right way. We are doing this the legal way. We cannot let him turn this into a war. We have to keep it in the courtroom. I want you to think about the legacy of this moment. If Trump is arrested, it sends a message to every future president. You are not a king. You serve the people. And if you break the law, the people will come for you. It is a painful lesson, but it is a necessary one. We are cleansing the wound. It hurts, but it is the only way to heal. The special counsel is the surgeon, and the arrest is the scalpel. We have to trust the process. We have to support the rule of law. And we have to be ready for the surgery to begin. The retention of your focus is critical because the disinformation campaign is about to start. They are going to flood the zone with lies. They are going to say the special counsel is a foreign agent. They are going to say the judge is corrupt. You have to ignore the noise and look at the facts. The fact is, immunity was rejected. The fact is, arrest is confirmed. The fact is, Trump is cornered. Everything else is distraction. Everything else is smoke. Keep your eyes on the fire. And let's talk about Kash Patel again. If Trump is arrested, Patel's protection evaporates. Patel is the director of the FBI, but he serves at the pleasure of the president. If the president is in a cell, who is giving the orders? The chain of command breaks down. The career agents, the ones Patel tried to purge, will step up. They will take back their agency. The arrest of Trump is the liberation of the FBI. It is the moment the hostages are freed, and Patel knows it. That's why he is in a panic. He knows that without Trump, he is just a guy with a long list of crimes and no one to pardon him. This is the turning point. For years, it felt like they were winning. It felt like they could do anything and get away with it. But gravity always wins. The law always wins. It takes time. It takes patience, but it wins. And today, the law caught up. The Teflon Don is no more. The Velcro is stuck. The charges are sticking, and the jail cell is waiting. I am asking you to share this video with everyone who has lost hope. Share it with everyone who thinks the system is broken. Tell them, look, the special counsel confirmed it. He is facing arrest. Give them that hope back, because hope is the fuel of democracy. And right now, we have a lot of reason to hope. We are watching the restoration of justice in real time. It is messy, it is scary, but it is happening. The final warning we talked about yesterday was for Patel. Today, the warning is for Trump. And it is not a warning anymore. It is a promise. The special counsel promised to uphold the law, and by seeking the arrest of the president, he is keeping that promise. It is the bravest act of legal patriotism we have ever seen, and we need to stand behind it. So buckle up. The next few days are going to be the most turbulent in our history. But we are ready, we are strong, and we are on the right side of history. Donald Trump is going to jail, not because we hate him, but because he broke the law. He lost his immunity because he betrayed his oath, and he is facing arrest because that is what happens to criminals in America. No exceptions, no excuses, justice. Watch the news, watch the White House, and watch the truth come marching in. The immunity is gone, the arrest is coming, and the nightmare is almost over. Stay tuned, stay safe, and stay on the side of the law.